she is here to help, and she's damn good at it. But what we like to do, welcome Renee, by the way.
Hello.
You can talk in a minute. I'll let you in a minute. No, seriously, what we like to do before we get to the surgery, you know, we like to discuss a few medical stories, drawing on Dr Renee's expertise. This one doesn't really draw on your expertise, Renee, but I know it's a subject dear to your heart. Well, it's the Model of the Year contest. It was the 2024 Fashion Awards.
Have I won it?
On Monday. No, you were last. No. Well, I have. It looks like I would have had more chance of winning than you. No, 2024 Fashion Awards at Albert Hall, the Royal Albert Hall in London on Monday. All the models. Who would it be? Who would be the best model of the year? A bloke won. Alex Consani. This is a guy in a dress, a biological male, against all the women, female models. They chose a bloke.
And I bet they all went there going, oh!
They chose a bloke. They chose a bloke. Unbelievable.
Do you know what? I wish that what had happened when he was announced is that all of the women on the stage turned their back and all of the women in the audience stood up and turned their back too. That's what I wish had happened. This is an insult to women. He doesn't look like a woman. He looks like a man who is trying his best to be a woman with his chiseled cheekbones, dress and lippy. And it's just an insult. But it just goes to show how captured all of these organisations are.
Yeah. Trans woman, this is somebody called Peter Lloyd tweeted this. Trans woman Alex Consani is crowned Model of the Year at the British Fashion Awards, beating 5 biological females who were also shortlisted. Is this fair? No, it's not fair. It's ridiculous. And do you know what it plays right into? Exactly what the BBC did last week when they named Barbara Banda. What was her name?
Barbara
Banda. A Zambian bloke was Female Footballer of the Year.
Do you know, I mean, it's yet another thing that a woman could have aspired to win that has been snatched away by a man. Now, all we hear about all day long is misogyny. This is misogyny at its peak.
And Consani, what's her name again? What's his name? Alex Consani. Nice sort of gender-neutral name. 21 years old, apparently. He... Actually, the way they've written this story is kind of weird. This does not conform to the usual way these stories are written. He said, it says the 21-year-old walked on stage with bleach blonde hair, eyebrows to accept the title. Consani thanked black trans women Dominic Jackson, Connie Fleming and Aaron Rose Phillip, me neither, who really fought for the space I'm in today.
No, they really ticked all of the boxes, didn't they? Black trans women.
Yeah, but this is the next paragraph. What is this written in this? Something called The Lion, a culture magazine or something. It goes on to say, right, this is he also thanked his parents for supporting the dream of joining the fashion industry. So that in this story, they're saying he won the Female Model of the Year award, just like Barbara Banner.
And his parents facilitated him to steal a prize from a woman. Well done, parents.
Yeah, but why? What they've done here, you know, when they sit, so there's 6 contenders, 3 women. You know, I was about to say biological women, biological females,
just women.
But what they're called is women. What Alex is called is a bloke. You can call him a trans woman if you want. I don't care, but he's a male. They've taken 6 people, and because they're woke and they think this is, fashionable and modern and cutting edge and very, forward thrusting. Those biological women, the 5 other contenders,
had no chance of winning.
Didn't stand a chance.
No chance. Absolutely. And you know what? This Model of the Year, this bloke, has also walked the fashion catwalks for Victoria's Secrets. I would say to you men, don't buy your wife a gift from Victoria's Secrets anymore. Go somewhere else. Women, don't buy your stuff from Victoria's Secrets. Go somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, in honour of the BBC Female Footballer of the Year, Barbara Bandler. I bought my wife this year. I hope she's not listening. I've got her a pair of football boots.
What, do you think she might play on the men's team, though?
Yeah, I think she might get Man's Footballer of the Year next year. But if she entered, you know, she probably would beat sort of, you know, sort of Mo Salah or something like that.
Do you know what, though, Kev? Can you imagine a woman entering Mr. Universe?
Huh?
Can you imagine a woman entering Mr. Universe?
Yeah. It doesn't really cut much the other way, does it? Yeah. So what we're talking about here, Renee, is, you know, this campaign. This time last week we had your friend, I think my kind of friend now as well. I really admire her, Sharon Davis, Olympic swimming legend, on the show, talking about the Barbara Bandler nonsense, and it is nonsense. It's an insult to women. And you think, you know, every day in every way, sometimes there's little steps forward, and then something like this happens, and you go careering backwards. Barbara Bandler, the BBC, took the cause of fairness in women's sports back a million years, and we've just spoken about something else that does nothing for women, Female Model of the Year. Oh, let's give it to a bloke in a dress. Great idea. Stop this madness. Stop it. But conversely, a little step forward. Yesterday, the Women's Golf Tour, the Ladies Professional Golf Association, which formerly steadfastly refused to ban blokes from, you know, trans women from competing against real women. Even
though they can hit a ball from the tee about 100 yards more.
No, I was about to say that. I mean, I don't play golf anymore because my back's gone, but I know about golf, and blokes can hit the ball one hell of a lot further than women. End of. The idea that the LPGA ever let men, biological males, compete against women was ludicrous, ludicrously unfair. Anyway, all credit to the LPGA. They've realised their mistake, and now they have banned men from competing against women.
So what you've got to consider is there's going to be all these mediocre male golf players crying in their tea because they can no longer win against other men.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that all of these the trans women golfers, you know, they were substandard male golfers, so they go onto the female tour, but they're not that great. You know, I mean, they can hit the ball a long way, but the really good women just you know, outplay them every day of the week, so they don't win much. But you're right, what they're doing, folks, it's called this. There's a technical term for what they're doing. Cheating. But the LPGA, credit to it, seen sense.
Good.
They're
well
now
done.
banned. Male-born players are not allowed to compete against women anymore. So bit by bit, sport, it's being dragged kicking and screaming into a common sense
way
world.
to go, yeah.
The way to go, yeah, you're
There's
right.
still 162 males playing in the Female Football League in this country.
God, I was just looking at one. Transgender golfer Hayley Davidson. Looks like a motorbike too. Faced criticism for competing against biological women. I mean, you know, I'm going to show you this here, folks.
It's something's come up on it.
Oh, is it? Yeah, oh, that's me. Hang on. Well, there you go.
I mean, honestly, come on.
It looks just a bloody great bloke.
Yeah.
Wearing a dress and playing women's golf. I mean, you know, Hayley, you know, think about your life. Think about your life. This is no good. You don't want to be doing this.
Have some pride.
Have some pride in yourself. You can't beat the bloke, so you go and thrash the women like those boxers in the Olympics. The Olympic Games' new event, wife beating. Unbelievable. Right, but anyway, biological male wins Female Model of the Year at the British Fashion Awards at Royal Albert Hall, but at least the Ladies Golf Tour has seen sense and banned men. Now let's talk about something medical that you'll have to explain to me. I heard this story the other day and it sort of went over my head. I kind of thought, it sounds kind of worrying. I don't want to use the F word because I don't like it.
Bottom burps.
Well, let's just call it cows produce methane, right? I think it's an overblown story. It always was, if I can say that. And this is supposed to be damaging the environment. Some company has come up, it's a dairy firm called Arla, has come up with an additive that you put into the feed for cattle that will stop them producing all this methane. You know what I'm saying? It comes out of their backside. I've always had an aversion to that F word. I hate it.
Well, actually, it's about burping as well. Cows burp.
Oh, they burp, yeah.
Because they're ruminants.
Well, just before you explain what the product is and what it does.
OK, so the product is a combination of various things, silicon dioxide, but there's one ingredient in it that's quite worrying called 3-nop for short. We'll just call it that. Now, that has been deemed by the FDA as damaging to humans if they handle it, get it on their skin or inhale it. But apparently, if you feed it to cows, it doesn't hurt humans anymore. This is what they're trying to tell us. Now, they have been doing this for a few years now, quite secretly, but it's just come to the head of Arla. Now, the issue here, Kev, is that what it's supposed to do is change the cow's microbiome and stop them producing 27% as much methane. The poor cows have to mainly live indoors in order for this to work, because if they go roaming the fields and eating grass like cows are meant to,
then they're going to produce methane.
It doesn't work. Yeah. So they mainly stay indoors. They get a little bit of time out. That's number one. The other thing is they say that it's safe so far. There's not enough long-term data. But when you change the microbiome of anything, there will be a downstream and an upstream, consequence of that. There is a cycle here that goes on naturally in nature, and we are interfering with it. The other thing to think about is, does it get into our milk? Now, at the moment, Arla seems to be conducting a trial on us. We are the experiment, because the trial is going to involve 30 of their farms. It's going to be in the cow feed. But I have also found on the DEFRA, and in fact my friend Bernie found, and on the government website, that by 2030, our own farming minister and DEFRA had said that they will mandate this food for cows. So we will have no choice. And it's about choice.
Two things to think about here. First of all, I would say leave the poor things alone.
Yes.
I mean, they live a miserable enough life as it is, just being bred to be ate or to create milk for us. But being fed chemicals, I presume they feed them this stuff, to change their metabolism, that is awful to the animals. And then we're supposed to eat them or drink their milk. I mean, and we don't really know what effects it's going to have on us, do we?
It's important to say, I think, that the FDA and all of the farming unions here have said that so far it's proven safe. I would say that if this is going to cause big problems, let's say it causes a cancer, we won't know for 20 years. So we will have been recruited into an experiment with no choice whatsoever and no consent. I mean, surely the best thing to do is have 2 aisles in the supermarket. So this is the aisle where you're part of an experiment and we're doing things to your cattle. This is the aisle where you can buy fresh milk and fresh meat that has not been altered with a chemical that you didn't consent to.
And what's this chemical? What's it called? Bovaer or something?
Bovaer. Bovaer is the product name. Interestingly, Bill Gates has just invested 100 million quid into a company that's producing the same product.
Well, in that case, folks, avoid it at all costs. All costs. If Bill Gates is involved, no, thank you very much, interfering old tycoon.
And also bear in mind, he owns 250,000 acres of farmland in America.
Yeah, well, this will be because this is a concept you can sell to environmentalists. He'll capture the market and make even more billions.
Absolutely.
He's making a fortune out of eco claptrap. This is eco claptrap as well, and the idea that somehow or other cows burping and emitting gases out of their backsides is somehow destroying the environment. What a load of rubbish.
If we got rid of every single cow on the United Kingdom Isle today, it wouldn't make a jot of difference to the environment, not a jot. Yeah. We'd just be hungrier and we wouldn't have any milk.
So what do you think about that? Do you fancy eating this cow meat, beef that's from cows that have been fed this mysterious chemical? Do you fancy drinking milk from cows that have been fed this mysterious chemical, all to stop them producing gas? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous, isn't it? And untested, be one of those things in 5 years' time they go, oh my God, we made a bit of a mistake here.
I mean, it's important to say that if you contact your local dairy and ask them if they're adding it to the feed, then you can actually support local businesses. This might be an opportunity for small farms and dairies, and also organic. So far as I can tell, organic milk and meat is not affected.